So a newly disclosed memorandum citing unprecedented meddling by the Trump administration in the 2020 census and circulated among top Census Bureau officials show how strongly they sought to resist efforts by the administration to manipulate the count for Republican political gain. The document was shared among three senior executives, including Ron S. Jarmin, a deputy director and the agency's day-to-day head. It was written back in September 2020. The memo laid out a string of instances of political interference that senior census officials planned to raise with Wilbur Ross, then the Secretary of the Commerce Department, which oversees the Bureau. Many of these issues directly affected the population estimates used for reapportionment. In particular, the administration was adamant that for the first time ever in the history of the United States of America, that they do not count the number of undocumented immigrants in the census, that they said they were going to have a separate tally for undocumented immigrants. And the reason for this was that presumably undocumented immigrants are concentrated in blue states, where the blue states would then get more apportionment of congressmen, would get more apportionment of the Electoral College, and thus tilt elections, tilt Congress more towards Democrats. Why this is unprecedented is that in the history of the United States, the way that we apportion the number of congressmen that come from each state, the way that we apportion the Electoral College, which ultimately votes for the president, the way we apportion funds that go to each particular state. So, for example, if Congress says we're going to pass $20 trillion for transportation, I'm just making up a number, they're not passing $20 trillion for transportation. It gets apportioned based on population, based on the census. So why do the Republicans want to do this? They have been, they have had a remarkable history in the last few years of trying to limit the number of people who are counted in the census, and also to try to limit the number of people who are eligible to vote. Why are they doing all of this? Because historically, if we poll every person who's eligible to vote, Democrats would win every time. So it's the only way the Republicans are able to stay in power. They manipulate things. So here is a situation where Donald Trump was manipulating the census to undercount the number of people in blue states, which would then overcount the number of people in red states, thus making Republicans more powerful, both in the Electoral College as well as the apportionment of congressmen.
How's that legal, though?
It's legal if it's done. Okay, so President Trump, the people who are in charge of counting for the Electoral College is the executive branch, the Commerce Department. So who runs the Commerce Department? The executive branch. Who's the head of the executive branch? The President of the United States. Now, in the past, presidents would stay out of it. But not Donald Trump, not this pumpkin guy. He was getting involved in trying to manipulate the census count. We've been talking about it for the last several years. And now they have documents that came out with it. Thanks for watching. For more Bradshaw Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.